The summer of 2003 brought a heat wave of unprecedented intensity to Europe, transforming what should have been a season of leisure into one of suffering and tragedy. Beginning in June and lasting through August, temperatures soared to record-breaking levels, with countries across the continent experiencing sustained heat far beyond what was considered normal. In France, temperatures climbed above 40 DGF, 104 DGF, while Germany, Italy, Spain, and other nations endured relentless heat waves. Fields withered under the scorching sun, rivers dried to record lows, and cities became furnaces, with urban areas amplifying the oppressive heat.
The heat wave claimed the lives of over 700 people across Europe, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern European history. The elderly, young children, and those with pre-existing health conditions were particularly vulnerable, as many homes and care facilities lacked air conditioning or proper ventilation. In France alone, an estimated 500 lives were lost. The country's health and emergency systems were overwhelmed, with hospitals unable to cope with the influx of heat illnesses. Morgues in Paris reached capacity, forcing officials to store bodies in refrigerated trucks. The societal impact extended beyond human casualties. Agricultural yields plummeted as crops withered in the fields, causing economic losses in the billions. Livestock suffered from dehydration, and wildfires raged across Portugal and Spain, destroying forests and threatening rural communities.
A 2003 heat wave exposed the vulnerability of Europe to extreme weather events. Governments and communities were caught unprepared, with inadequate infrastructure and emergency planning to address such a prolonged and intense heat event. In urban areas, heat islands, created by dense building materials and limited greenery, amplified the effects, particularly in major cities like Paris and Milan. Many homes, designed for cooler climates, lacked air conditioning, and public awareness of the dangers of extreme heat was limited. The crisis also revealed significant gaps in social systems, as many victims were isolated, elderly individuals who lacked family support or access to assistance. The failure to check on vulnerable populations highlighted the need for stronger community networks and emergency outreach programs.
In the aftermath of the heat wave, Europe took steps to address the vulnerabilities exposed by the disaster. Governments implemented heat action plans, including early warning systems, public cooling centers, and education campaigns about the dangers of extreme heat. France, in particular, overhauled its emergency response system, creating measures to protect its elderly and isolated populations. Cities began to incorporate heat-resilient designs, such as increasing urban greenery, introducing reflective building materials, and improving water infrastructure. The disaster also served as a wake-up call about climate change. Scientists linked the heat wave to a warming planet, predicting that such events would become more frequent and severe. The European Union ramped up efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, investing in renewable energy and pushing for stronger climate policies under international agreements.
The 2003 heat wave marked a turning point in public awareness of the consequences of global warming. It was no longer a distant or abstract threat. It was a present and deadly reality. The heat wave spurred discussions on the need for climate adaptation, emphasizing the importance of preparing communities and infrastructure for a hotter future. Subsequent heat waves in Europe, including those in 2010, 2018, and 2019, have reinforced the lessons of 2003. Advances in forecasting, emergency response, and urban planning have saved lives. But the increasing frequency of extreme weather events, underscores the urgency of addressing the root causes of climate change.
The European heat wave of 2003 was a tragedy of unprecedented scale, claiming tens of thousands of lives and reshaping the continent's approach to climate resilience. It exposed the fragility of human systems in the face of natural disasters and underscored the need for proactive measures to protect vulnerable populations. Today, as the world grapples with the growing impacts of climate change, the lessons of 2003 remain a stark reminder of the importance of preparedness, community solidarity, and decisive action. The heat wave was not just a disaster, it was a warning, one that continues to echo as we confront the challenges of a warming planet.
The 2003 European heat wave was more than an extreme weather event. It was a harbinger of what lies ahead in a world shaped by climate change. It stands as a call to action, urging humanity to adapt, innovate, and unite in the fight against a shared global challenge. As temperatures rise, so must our resolve to protect lives and secure a sustainable future.